On a bitter January night in 1996, a man named Carl Weber left his stalled car and walked into a snow-covered field toward the lights of a farmhouse. The snow was fresh, deep, and unbroken, and it recorded everything, which is why this case is still argued about today. His footprints go out into the field, clear and evenly spaced, for 211 steps. Then they stop, mid-stride, in the open, with untouched snow in every direction. Carl Weber was never seen again. But that is not the impossible part. The impossible part is the second set of footprints, which begins 40 feet away, walks calmly back to the car, and was made, the investigators confirmed, by the same boots. Carl Weber was 44, a heating contractor, driving home from a job in the next county when a storm closed in. Around 9 that night, his pickup slid into a drift on a back road and stalled and would not restart. This was before everyone had a phone. The nearest lights were a farmhouse, maybe half a mile across a field, and Carl was a practical man dressed for the weather, and half a mile is nothing. His last certain act on this earth was noted by a snowplow driver who passed the stuck truck at 9:20 and saw a heavy-set man in a brown coat standing beside it, who waved him down, said he was fine, said he'd walk to the Kessler place, and started over the fence. The plow driver watched him take his first steps into the field, a strong man walking with purpose toward warm light. Then the plow moved on. Carl never knocked at the Kessler farmhouse. The Kesslers were home all night and their dogs, who announced every rabbit, never made a sound. His wife reported him missing at dawn, the truck was found within the hour, and by 8 a.m. the sheriff and 2 deputies stood at the fence line looking at a field that the storm had finished with around 10 the night before, leaving a clean white page with the whole story written on it. And the story made no sense, and it has never made sense since. The outbound trail was exactly what it should be. A size 11 work boot with a distinctive chevron sole, Carl's boots, confirmed from the pair in his closet at home being the same model bought the same month. The stride was even and unhurried, headed straight for the farmhouse lights, a man taking the shortest line. 211 steps. Then, in the dead middle of the field, 140 yards from anything, the trail ends. Not with a stumble, not with a scuffle, not with the deep churned pit of a man falling or turning or being taken. The last 2 prints are as crisp as the first 2, side by side, weighed even, a man standing still. Beyond them, nothing. Around them, in a circle the deputies walked with their hearts in their throats, 60, 80, 100 feet of snow without a mark on it. No drag lines. No wing prints, and they looked, because a deputy raised on stories asked out loud about owls, and nobody laughed. The snow lay 2 feet deep, powder over crust, and it held the tracks of field mice at the far tree line. It would have recorded a dropped glove. It recorded nothing at all. Here is what the searchers could not explain, and could never stop seeing. 40 feet to the north of where Carl's trail ends, a second trail begins. It begins the way the first one ended, out of nowhere, with 2 crisp side-by-side prints in open snow, as if a man had been set down there, standing. Same size 11. Same chevron sole. Same walking stride. And this trail goes back, across the field at a slight diagonal, over the fence, down the ditch, straight to Carl Weber's truck. Whoever made it opened the driver's door, and got in, and, at some point in the night, got out again onto the plowed road, which held no tracks by morning, and was gone. The deputies had walked past that truck at dawn and noted it empty and locked. It was only after finding the returning trail that they went back and looked hard, and what they found inside has been in and out of every account of this case for 30 years. The driver's seat, which the first deputy remembered as pushed back, heavy-set man far, was now moved forward, close to the wheel, the way a smaller man, or a different man, would set it. The rear-view mirror was turned, angled down and to the right, so that from the driver's seat it showed not the road behind but the field. And on the dash, in the frost that had formed inside the cab overnight, there were finger marks, letters, melted through the frost by a warm fingertip and refrozen. Not a message. Just one word, written facing the windshield, facing out, as if for someone approaching the truck to read. The word was wait. The investigation did what investigations do. Casts were made of both trails, and a state examiner concluded the same boots made both, and then, pressed by a detective who wanted this gone, added a finding that ended his involvement in the case. The returning tracks, he wrote, showed a gait consistent with the same footwear but a body of significantly lower weight. The same boots walked back. Something lighter was wearing them. Carl's boots were never found, and neither was Carl, not in the spring melt, not under the field, which the family had privately trenched 2 years later, not anywhere in the 30 years since. Theories came and went. A staged disappearance, except Carl's finances were clean, his marriage was solid, and no man stages a vanishing that requires him to hover over unbroken snow. A second person in matching boots, except the field snow held one outbound trail and one returning trail and nothing else, and the returning trail starts in the middle of the field, from nothing. An error in the timeline, except the storm's end pinned the snow, and the plow driver pinned the man, and the Kessler's silent dogs pinned the night. The Kessler farm is still there, under different owners now. The field is planted most years, corn or beans, and looks like any field, and the people who work it do not walk it in winter, which they will tell you is only because there is no reason to. But the plow drivers on that road, the old ones, still slow down when they pass the spot on snowy nights, and they will tell you why if you ask them right. Because a man walked out into that field toward the lights, 211 steps, and stopped, and stood still in the dark, and something 40 feet away stood up in his boots and walked back to his truck, and adjusted the mirror to watch the field, and wrote one word on the glass for whoever came next. And on the coldest nights, when a car stalls out there and a driver looks across the white field at the warm farmhouse lights and thinks, half a mile is nothing, the snow lies fresh, and deep, and unbroken, and it is still waiting to record the answer.